Hi everyone, I am Abdul Razak Kunnatodi, Head and Assistant Professor, Department of Sociology from E-Content Development Center, Majlis Arts and Science College, Poramannur. In this video, we will discuss about one of the basic and fundamental concept in sociology, sociological imagination. By this session, you will be able to understand what is sociological imagination. You will be able to understand to differentiate between sociological imagination and common sense. You will get an idea about the elements which is included in the sociological imagination, and finally you will get a chance to experience sociological thinking. Now we will discuss about what is sociological imagination. First of all, we have to understand that the concept of sociological imagination was given by the American sociologist C. Wright Mills in 1959 in his famous book written in the name of Sociological Imagination. In the book, C.W. Mills, he defined sociological imagination as how we have to observe and view a particular incident which is happening in the society, considering the social context and without affecting the bias which is happening in the individual experiences and the cultural formalities. C. Wright Mills defines sociological imagination as the ability to see the relationship between the individual experiences and the larger society. We can elaborate that particular concept into much more clear that the ability to see and observe a particular incident which is happening in the society without affecting the bias coming from the individual and the social or the community level. So we can say that sociological imagination, it is the ability to view one's own society as an outsider world, and at the same time to go beyond the personal and individual experiences without affecting the cultural biases. Now we can take two examples for the sociological imagination. First of all, unemployment. Unemployment, it is not only a hardship which is suffered by a man or woman. When we are looking into the broader aspects of the unemployment, we can find how the society is structured and organized. What are the malpractices which is included in producing unemployment among the social members. A second example is that divorce. Divorce is not a problem of a particular man or woman. When the right of divorce is getting increased or decreased, it is becoming a social problem. It may be because of it may be because of a result of many factors which is happening in the society. Sometimes it may be related with the structure and the organization of the society. Now let us look into the slide. The term sociological imagination was coined by the American sociologist C. Wright Mills in 1959. He referred to the particular awareness of the relationship between the experience and the wider society. Elaborately, when we are applying the sociological analysis to a particular incident which is happening in the society, it may be in material or the non-material part. It may be related with the cultural traits, ideas, customs and practices. We have to consider the outsider world. We have to consider the wider society apart from the individual experiences and the cultural or any other related biases. Let us understand the sociological imagination with the help of an example. In sociological imagination, we are thinking ourselves differing from the familiar routine's life with new methods and looking at the substances at new. Now we can apply the sociological analysis to any particular activity. Suppose drinking coffee, we can take as an example. When we are applying the sociological analysis, when we are imaging sociologically the drinking coffee as an activity, we will see that multiple nuances, meanings and perceptions, understanding has been derived and produced out of this particular imagination. First of all, drinking coffee, it is not just a refreshment. In the morning, the people will start their routine activities with drinking coffee, and some of the people may be performing some kind of the rituals before they drink coffee, and some of the people, they may be doing a particular activities. It may be customary, it may be related with the cultural activities, it may be related with the religious activities, and more than that, drinking coffee, it provide for a social interactions. Suppose if you are meeting with your friend, you will invite him for having a coffee. When you are meeting your alumni meeting or you have your peer group meeting, you will take all the people into a coffee house and have a tea and have a coffee. It provide a golden chance to have interactions. So we were discussing that drinking coffee, it is not just an activity, it is related with and it is producing a lot of meanings. Coming to the second point, coffee, it is contains a drug meant as caffeine. Sometimes we will use this drinking coffee as an habit to stimulate our brain during the late night studies, during the long time taken works. And another meaning which is produced when we are applying sociological imagination, sociological analysis to the habit of drinking coffee, the individual who takes up coffee, he might be indulged in a set of complicated social economic links which is related with the production and the consumption of coffee. Very interestingly, coffee is mostly consumed in the wealthiest developed countries, but coffee is produced in most of the underdeveloped or the developing countries of the world, that means the impoverished world. So the linkage between the developed and the developing countries, which is giving another nuance to the habit of drinking coffee. A fourth meaning attached with the habit of sipping coffee is that it is related with the whole process of past socio-economic development which happened in the colonial and the colonized countries. Even though coffee as a habit, it was invented in the Middle East. The coffee as a product, it is coming from South America and the African countries which once was colonized by the European powers. That means the colonial legacy had an enormous impact on the global coffee trade. Another meaning attached with the coffee as a product, it is always in the heart of contemporary debate related with the globalization, international trade, human rights and environmental destruction. In the market, coffee is available with different brands and names. Coffee has been of different types, and you can consume coffee in the local shops and to corporate shops which is in different names. Another thing which is related coffee as a product, it is the human rights issues related with the plantation workers, their welfare policies and their movements which is happening around the globe. And the final thing is that the environmental destruction which is happening in the name of coffee plantation. By this lecture, I hope that you will get an idea about what is sociological imagination. Sociological imagination means the ability to see the relationship between the individual experiences and the larger society. And for an example, we discussed the drinking of coffee as an habit and how it is generating different kind of the nuances, meaning and perceptions and understanding related with the coffee, the glass, the attitude, the activities and the related all realms. Thank you.